to Rogue Legacy 2. My name is Shaden, and I am a long-time gamer, first-time content creator. I've been playing Rogue Legacy. I think I got about 170 plus hours into it. It's one of my favorite roguelikes so far, and I actually want to start up a series for 1.0. This is the sequel, if you don't know, to Rogue Legacy, a genre-defining roguelike game that came out in 2013 by Celador Games. So this is the sequel, finally hit 1.0 today, and let's hop into it. I'm going to, I wanted to do a complete fresh start for the new actual 1.0 release. So that's what we're going to be doing here. It starts with like the animation in this game is beautiful. The first game was straight 2D, but this is almost like 2.5D. Deliverance. Sign the contract, and your children shall succeed you. Also, this is kind of a whim thing to do. Start recording in the last week or so. So hopefully my mic doesn't sound like total trash cakes. Wait, we're on the boat. Once you cast off, there's no turning back. Loading. Yeah. So we have our basic moves, so this is like the tutorial. Because I've played a crap ton of this game already, I'll try to go through things sort of as they come. So on the top we have our level, our resolve, which we'll get into later, and then it tells us to move. Basic jump commands. I would highly recommend playing this game on a controller. So, you know, kind of like Super Mario, sort of jump. You hold it, jump higher, yada yada yada. Not gonna worry about that goat for now. See what's over here? We've managed to cross the waters undiscovered. A few guards patrolled the west walls, but we were able to remove them without raising a signal. At sundown, we'll start ascending the wall. Provision should be waiting for us at the top. J. Mysterious J character. Alright. So if you've played similar roguelikes, almost notably Hollow Knight as well, you'll see very similar type controls. And so, going through the tutorial, it kind of lets you know some of the things. In a lot of these games, it actually pays to sort of explore, so it clearly wants us to go down. But I'm gonna hop up here to the left, because I noticed a little ledge up here. Unknown Journal 2. We've been hunkered here for the past few days, as Z and her spies prep the west wall. They've rigged the trapdoors ahead, so we can open them from below. Tonight, we make our move. There are heavier patrols around, but with all the fighting at the bridge, there should be no time for reinforcements. J. Interesting. God, I love the background and the atmosphere of this game. This guy got it real bad. So, you drop, I just got some health, and when you hit stuff, you get little monies. Monies will be used to upgrade our path, which you'll see later. So class talent, mine is little shield. If I hit the shield and hold it, I can reflect damage, as you saw. One thing that we'll talk about later is that shield, so every class has a shield talent that recharges in a different manner. So this is the basic knight, and they've got a shield for a talent. They just have a shield. When they get hit, they get an AoE damage. But you can also sort of perfect block if you bring up the shield at the correct frame at the attack happens. So in there, we also have a spin kick move, which you can see it actually here. You can spin kick off of any interactable, including enemies. So these lanterns can be used to spin kick. Spin kick the door. Notice that the lantern kind of goes through the wall a little bit. And so that's a very intentional mechanic, is that you can kind of see like the hitbox get through the wall. That's actually intentional for a lot of things. A lot of moves you can sort of cheese out the game by doing stuff like that. The diving bell cables needed to pass the interior ramparts were waiting for us, just like Z promised. But our scouts underestimated how much we need. We're short a few hundred feet. Looks like we'll have to get creative. Shit. Interesting. So, you know, hitting collectibles, bags of monies. We're hitting interactive route. What's up here? Nothing. It pays dividends to explore in these games. So it says shortly after taking damage, you do aerial recovery. So you can basically you hit that, and then you hit A. You see like a flash, and you hop up. It's in exchange. My HP isn't going anywhere here because it's a tutorial. But in exchange for HP, you can reach a lot of different places you might not normally be able to with the character you're playing. Same thing. Spin kick enemies. This is a training dummy or the mannequin. Another journal. Looks like I've underestimated Z's charisma again. Below me, I can see all the misfits that have joined our ranks. When did so many rebels join? From here, it seems like an endless sea. This was supposed to be a suicide mission meant for only a few. She's unknowingly rallied these souls to a lost cause, and my sins keep growing. J. Right here. A little bit of old school Sonic action. So yeah, you also have a dash. This, unlike a lot of other roguelikes, is not, well, this dash in particular is not, no iframes. So you can dash and get absolutely slapped. So you just, oops, didn't dash. So you can just pop dash. Again, these are little things you can hit. Spin kick off and use them to get items. We'll dash into the interactable. Yep. So this is like a mana potion, so you have a spell. So in your top left you can see X, Y, and so Y is always your talent. This is unique to classes. And then you can have a spell which is a big randomize. You'll see that later on. And this mana potion refills it. This is it. The end of the line. Below us, there's a trick wall which can only be opened with magic. Z said it should lead us straight to the estuaries. Tonight, we live and die with the crimes I've committed. Alright, Jay. So yeah, B to spin mana, so that's what I was talking about earlier. So, with this weapon, you see every time I hit an enemy, I'm doing consistent 30 damage and getting a bunch of mana. But you can also just eat your mana out. Mana, or each spell has very particular properties, but we'll get to that after we get out the tutorial. Trick walls can only open when struck by a spell or a talent. I guess I didn't show it too well, but if you remember like sort of old school Zelda, basically breaking walls they have like cracks in them. So in the air, you can also spin kick, hit things directly below you. And into the castle we descend. So, Castle Argartha is the first biome. Again. You hear 1,000 whispers, but can't make out a voice. Same thing. Okay. So these are teleporters. Basically, the way this game is very non-linear, and so you can go through a lot of the castle, a lot of the biome, out of order, in a sense. So this is sort of the main, this is kind of how it does, is that you clear room by rooms. So there's this enemy chasing me. Every enemy, you know, has their own blue sets or telegraphs. This amber hatchet, you see them doing damage. These little scanning platforms you can drop through pretty easily. So as my class, I'll just kind of show that. So when you, as your class, you know, you have your level. The 225 flame is what's known as resolve. It's basically, it's a really excellent mechanic on getting, like, you get relics in exchange for resolve. The more relics you get, the lower your resolve. You know, you have your basic RPG stats, your vitality, your strength, all that good stuff. You have your main collectibles, you know, gold, ore, blood, or whatever that's called, and then sort of like extra meta monies. But what you really want to pay attention to is the side on the right, which is the knight. So the knight is a class, has great health and mana, which affects some of the stats on the left. And then every class has sort of like a passive, which veteran 5% increase weapon crit chance, which if you look on the left, it has that near the bottom on the left side, it has random crit chance on weapon, 5%. Weapon, great sword, I can attack while moving, dash attacks are always crits, shield block, I can block 50% of incoming damage and apply vulnerable, which is the status effect that you can figure out what's in the glossary. And then the last second, so frame perfecting this ability, basically, blocks, it's a free block. And then finally my spell is Fireball. Throw a Fireball out, explodes an impact, and applies burn. And then the last burns are always skill crits. So the cool thing about this game is that you can have random crits, which are like red numbers. Not these numbers, they're sort of like red bigger numbers. Or you have what's known as skill crits. Skill crits are always applicable. So, like 55 was technically a special skill crit. But, you see how my sword glows yellow, and my little swing is yellow? As it said, dash attacks are always skill crits. Every weapon has a different skill crit. Oh boy! Every weapon has a different skill crit modifier, and so... Alright, so I did 41 damage there, and I'm normally doing 30 a swing, so the skill crit modifier on this weapon isn't quite 2.0. It's a little under 1.5, really. But yeah, the property, so every character, when I die, you see me talk about what... There are different classes in the game, and every class has a different weapon, and each weapon has a different moveset, what it can't hit, or rather how it can and can't hit. A different talent, different skill crits, and so that's what really makes the game have a really high skill ceiling, but a really approachable skill floor. So these are 2 relics. Fates Die, so when you get a new relic, you only know the cost. You get some good old flavor text. Granted to those who made a deal with death, a reminder that everyone pays the price eventually. Once you get the relic, you actually see what it is for future runs. And Heron's Ring. On the battlefield, one was always aware of the frail soul. I'm part of Bird Clan, baby. Team Bird Clan, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this here, take this ring as a blessing to Lord Bob himself. For every 1 point of resolve below 100%, deal an additional 1% bonus magic damage. That tells you your current bonus is 0%. So it said minus 35 resolve, and if you ever needed to check the gear, you can come to the gear stage, and it tells you that you have your ring, and it gives you your sort of bonuses, which is pretty cool. Any resolve percent under 100% will lower your HP by that much. So if I end up at 50% resolve, then my max HP is actually 50%. My HP will be 50% of what my max was when I, whatever I have. Various things can make your resolve go up. A little plinky here. Traps, jump that. Traps deal a bit of damage. For now, I can't dash in the air. I can only dash on the ground. If you saw that, I actually jumped and I shot the explosive fireball at sort of like the wall, and it made a big explosion and still hit the guy. So there's a lot of differences in how you can sort of cheese out damage. Certainly, as we go on, I probably won't be as explanatory. I just want to make it clear that that I have played the game before, and that maybe this will help some people who are getting new to the game that might find some things very difficult. This is a new biome that I'm in. What you see here, it says requires Aether Wings, which is an ability I don't have right now. There are multiple ways to, like any good sort of almost Metroidvania in a sense, which this sort of kind of is, not really. Like any good Metroidvania, there's ways to sort of skip areas, but... a primer on relics and resolve. So, this is kind of what I was talking about before. You'll find these research notes throughout the game that kind of tells you, it explains key concepts, and you can always go back into the glossary and sort of see what these are. So relics are powerful items, like I said before, going below 100% relic below your maximum HP. Gain bonus resolve based on your total weight, which is an armor mechanic, which we will get to after I die. Oh, I want to get... Oh, no! Spikies! So, this enemy is they're hovering over spikes, and so you can just do some spin kicks to try to damage them. Because I don't have a weapon, I guess I can do that, right? Hop below and hit him, but I still take damage. These are interactable little traps that you can spin kick off. Everything is spin kickable, and that's a really good movement option. Not really too advanced, but it's pretty good movement options to kind of save your bacon or do some extra damage. When the game really gets going and you really have a lot of stuff and the game is a lot harder, spin kicking is definitely the key to schmoozing all around the map. Pain! do my talent there. If you notice, that was actually yellow, and oh wait, no. Well, I'll do that. That talent was yellow, the effect, whereas the last time, if you remember that I did it before, it was blue, and the yellow, all it means is that it was a perfect trigger. You can see on the map, in the top right, a little gold chest. That basically lets you know that, hey, there's chests. All chests are just, you know, you get extra resources. I want to get over here and slice them. I didn't slice immediately because if you hit this thing, you kind of bounce off. Sometimes that can throw you out of whack. Usually a good idea to hit all these torches. It's tedious sometimes, but you know, you get extra food. Alright, so we're just smoozing on through here. So this guy, one up aware. Oh, where the traps in him. Alright, so we got two little lancer ladies. One great thing I love about this game is that it's not blind combat. You want to have a plan. A little bit of knockback damage there. Knock them off. One thing. Oh no, no. One thing to note is that at normal height you can actually walk. You can just those things, those like flame head things will miss you. The flinkies. Very nice. I don't want to say speed to get that. So this is a special room. There's a little like red candle here. These are teleporters as well. So if I ever wanted to go back to the main area, you can go to whatever teleport that you find in the run. But this is a little interesting room. This is where you start to get your heirlooms, which are sort of like perma movement abilities. But you have to do a trial. Anake of the Shawl. Oh, who has stumbled into my abode? Sweet child, hast thou lost thine way? I am Anake of the Shawl. I am an heirloom, an item of immeasurable power, and I can grant my strength to those deemed worthy. Those who seek me are hardened, powerful warriors. But dear child, thou art soft and pudgy, very pudgy. Inside me lies the power of momentum. Conquer my challenge and my power thou shalt claim. But I warn thee, child, the dangers are real, and the consequences severe. So yeah, this is like a little meta special thing. You get all your HP back. Little insights, new roads discovered. Which I think is yeah. So when you go to quests, you kind of this quest page is more of like your total sort of quest tracker for the entirety of the game. You get some really awesome and interesting hints to go through. I guess while I'm here, so the glossary, status effects on players. So status effects on players are basically on the right, and then on enemies it tells you everything in the game, what they do, and then all the commander buffs and general lexicons, what a super crit is, house rules, what random crits are, all that good stuff. So it's all there if you ever have any if you're ever curious where to find these things. The glossary has it all. If you're on a controller, each twin stick sort of controls a thing. So anyway, all right. So dash to the left or right. So this heirloom lets me dash in the air. So you just you time your dashes. So clearly, jumping is a big bad here because of all the flame. Luckily, I have some fireballs I can eat at the enemy. Alright. These guys basically just stab at you, but it's not they're pretty easy to avoid. Just walk away a little bit. You don't always have to challenge them. Oh no! Yep! Yeah, so some of these heirloom challenges can be really fun. Yeah, I can just cheese that one. Just hit him with the fireball. Alright, so I want to get up here, and so this heirloom is basically asking you how to figure that out. I think we can cheese this by just hitting. But I guess I should have showed the other way. But if he actually dashed and spin kick up, you would have been able to do that. The same. When you're jumping through the air, you only get one dash, so you can't multi-dash until your feet hit the ground again. I'm pretty sure. So a lot of this stuff is basically just is more or less training you to get movement options. So I'm not going to dash here. Just jump. Then I should be able to exit and then dash. Oh, you know, this is if you're playing on a controller, highly recommended. Right stick gives you sort of a little bit extra camera options. Easy peasy platforming. Too easy. Oh, here we go. Finished it. Nice. Inoculation. Congratulations, sweet child. I don't remember if this is the voice I used before, but we're going with it. Congratulations, sweet child. Thou hast proven thine self worthy. Now come and claim thine inheritance, the power of momentum, and let our souls bind together. Like so, I can now dash in the air. If I can do shenanigans like this greatly helps your maneuverability. Pain. Alright. And then, so, I can definitely, because I can attack while moving, this guy's really easy to do stuff like this or have good movement. Some characters will not be so. Some characters will be more static. Also in chests, you'll find weapons or other equipment. So, scholar weapon. Simple elf worn by the acolytes up in the study. When you can change your equipment when you die. There's the whole meta progression system is it's before each run basically. So you pick your hero, your legacy, and you get all that stuff, and then you go to the castle. Other rewards from the castle, you get other rewards from the castle. Go back to the run, and then you start again. This has a green arrow or the green question mark. These are sort of unique chambers. Usually there's something very interesting or special about unique chambers. You'll have to figure out either certain clues via text or lore to determine what you need to do in those rooms. Just a little bit hop around. Oh, when you there's no enemies because when you clear a room. Even if you, correction, every enemy you kill is just permanently deleted from that run. So you don't have to clear a full room. If you kill one enemy and then say leave the room and kill another enemy, you can, if it's like a really hard room for you, you can technically, you can just go back and, kill them one at a time. Basically. You hear 1,000 whispers, but can't make out a voice. Alright, so this same little whisper thing from the beginning. We're not able to listen to that. Not quite. This is an interesting mechanic where you can actually change out either your weapon, your talent, or your spell. I think that's just over here. Yeah, so curio shops and powerful weapons. So, grant powerful weapons. So if you switch your weapon, you basically gain extra weapon damage. If you switch out your spells, you gain extra magic. And talents gives you more resolve. So if I change out my talent, this is actually a talent of another class in particular. Destroys mid-top projectiles and pushes enemies back when charging a hit. If you're pretty good and you're pretty well skilled, I've found it's always really good to take these. Some notable examples for sure. But getting the extra resolve, especially when you're progressing pretty far, can be useful. So we're going to take it. Destroys mid-top projectiles and pushes enemies on hit. So it looks like this. Or this. You can walk with it, you can dash with it, you can jump with it. It's pretty nice. It does disappear. And so notice I have a cooldown that's 5. It actually recharges on hit. And if you see balance or talent, that's what it says. A lot of abilities or talents will recharge in different ways. This is sort of a. Do you need the health right now? Gives you health and mana right now. This one actually damages you, but increases your max. I can't help myself. So. This room could kill me, maybe. Oh, I walked into it! Oh no. Oh no! I'm just gonna go down real fast. No, I'm gonna go. Alright, I'm gonna go down. Oh, please! My body! Kill him! Alright, cool, easy. Whew! Whew! Okay. And spin kick, alright. Alright, we're just gonna. Oh no. Alright, we're just gonna hop down and getting a little scary. Alright, we're gonna hop back up and we're gonna eat us a fireball. Alright, so the crits for fireballs, as it says, it does extra crit damage on the last ticks, or it skill crits on the last ticks, basically. Nope. Those little vines are, they are destructible. I think they come back if you leave the room, but as far as I'm aware, I mean, it's been kicked on, but so long as they take damage, they're just gone forever. Well, for the room, you can come back. So, like, in this case, my guy can't hit below me, so you can just spin kick and then take care of what you need to. So like I said before, you can sort of, like, get in rooms and then leave and assess. I have my talent, which... No! I meant to swing first! No! That stinks. So when you die, it gives you sort of a recap of where you went, all the enemies you killed, how much gold you got, how much booty you claimed, all that good stuff. And so the first rogue has died. So usually, this is sort of the first thing that you choose your heir. If you notice, the names are kind of wonky. It's you can actually go into a text file in the game. When I was playing early access, I added a bunch of lists of girl and guy names that the game randomly pulls from, with the help of some of my friends. So like, there's some really good names. So the first was Lady Jinx. So now we have a choice between 3 knights. Sir Apollonius. So a knight. So the knight, the class, the sword, the weapon, and the talent are all the same. As you can just kind of see in the top 3, they're all the same. When you change out your character, you will get different spells. So for example, this guy has the Wind Wall, Free Strike, and the Magma Mass. And as it says, play. And then traits. Traits are often things that might change the game in subtle or not so subtle ways. And depending on the trait you pick, you actually get a gold modifier. So this character has no traits. This character, you can either have a trait, or you can have, you can actually get a relic to start. So I'm actually going to take this one. If I remember this relic correctly, I do like this quite a bit. So, this is the sort of meta progression. Doesn't look like much, but we're going to build a castle. Universal Health Star, or Health Stare. Healthy populace is working populace. Traits now give gold modifiers. So, you buy this. And so, welcome all. Your kingdom has granted its people access to healthcare services and amenities. Nice. As you level up, your castle sort of grows. Anything you do have money to spend for it, there's that glowing yellow sign. And so cost 50, gold owned, and so this unlocks the ranger. Before the invention of the archery range, most people practiced firing arrows at their neighbors. Naturally. Fletch foes from afar and rain down the pain with an assortment of arrows. Rangers can't take much damage, but they have to when they're shooting. They don't have to when they're shooting enemies from a million miles away. So, the next class, and then when you do get a new class, you can actually change up. So we'll go ahead and change up the ranger for now. Still broke to unlock the living safe. So certain things you can unlock. As you can see here, this has a 4 in the top left, this has a 12. You have to have a certain mana level. My mana level is 3, which is in the bottom corner. Every time you put a point into investment, your mana level increases. And so I could either unlock the blacksmith or the enchantress. They're basically the same. One is just, well, they serve similar functions. The blacksmith is all about equipment upgrades, and this one is all about runes. Runes are just like special affixes, things you can add. So we're just gonna do the blacksmith. But the blacksmith lacks in creativity. He makes up for in age. Gather blueprints for him, and he'll strain his tired bones in order to craft you the most exquisite armaments ever seen. So we picked up that scholar blade, right? So that he's gonna be able to do something good for us there. Now that I'm at level 4, I can start increasing vitality. So increasing vitality, raising my max HP, and so these will be permanent. I will unlock the training dummy. Lady Quinn. Bring Lady Quinn down to the docks so she can teach you some fierce moves. So basic training dummy. I always get really frustrated in a lot of games that don't have training dummies. I think even Diablo 3, just to be able to see like what damage you're doing and what things are better. So when you're really changing out a lot of equipment and playing around with different combinations, this is really good to have and help. We'll go ahead and lock the Enchantress. Why not? Don't let her height fool you. The Enchantress is smaller than she looks. Find runes, she'll give you extra powers. Like I said, very, very specific, interesting things that sort of change how the game plays a little bit. More like traits, but in your benefit, almost exclusively. Where most traits in the game, in this game, are either neutral or negative. So this unlocks Mastery rank, which is very nice. The Sage's Totem is a repository for knowledge. Every warrior is bound in it, allowing their wisdom to pass on to others. You now gain Mastery XP with each class. Gain enough XP to rank up and earn a permanent stat bonus. So basically, the more you play as a character, the more stats you get. And each class offers different mastery bonuses, which is pretty cool. So it basically incentivizes players to play a bunch of different classes. So we have a bunch of different stuff here, but I can't unlock, and I have some money still. I'm gonna save it, so you can always leave and then come back later. So like you can see my humble beginnings. Also, I just so when you start the game, you see your traits and everything. I go back and look at it. But yeah, if you want, you can always come back and come here. So even if you don't want to spend all your money, that's fine. The trait that we had. So number 1, we have a wind wall. Hold to aim. Blocks large projectiles. And so there's different types of projectiles in the game: large, medium, and small. They're somewhat easy to see. Large ones looks large, mediums, medium, so on and so forth. And then traits. So the trait that we have, this relic. So I'm losing 35% resolve. So I normally start at 225. And I deal 125% more damage, but this relic is fragile. And so I am doing over double damage, is what that is saying. So the fragile basically means if I get touched once, I lose it. I lose it. And so, this is new with the 1.0. They actually added, maybe it's not new, I'm not sure. But you see the 83, that's specifically saying it's because of the relics. And so everything is being buffed. My spin kick damage before was 6. And I believe everyone has the same spin kick damage for the most part. And so this is over, of course, double because it's doing 14. With the Ranger, you can sort of, if you hold the button, you can aim. You can see a little bit of drop off there. You can aim in any direction. And if you see, so this weapon's skill crit is always a timed arrow shot. So you'll always crit each and every time, and it tells you perfect releases always crit. And then I have my wind wall, and so you can see the little dotted line. That's where you hold it. So it costs 100 mana, which is a lot, but it does basically anything in your face. If you're having a lot of projectiles, it just gets rid of it. So let's talk to the blacksmith.
Thanks for helping build my black shop, kid. I ain't got a lot to my name, but I promise you, your investment in this here blacksmithery will pay off. I can't make that much, because I ain't got any blueprints, but if you and me work together, boy, we can make some unimaginable things. And I mean that literally. Got me a lot of that aphasia. Can't see no pictures up in this noggin. That's why I need those blueprints, you hear? So here's the deal. You get me blueprints, and I charge you money to make them. It's a win-win. I win because I get free blueprints, and I win again because I get a customer. Anyway, enough dilly-dally. Let me show you what I got in the back. And by the back, I mean the cheeks. You know, I'm a blacksmith, so very nice. So, you have different, so you have your, basically, weapon, helmet, chest, cape, and trinket. Oh, they added class-specific gear loadouts. I don't know what that is. So, what to tailor your gear set for each character? Oh! This is something I've been asking for a while, and a lot of the community has as well. Before, you would have to come in and change, and it would like change each gear set each time you would play. You know, it's tedious. Some characters want more physical damage, some characters want more magic. And so, this is just, each class will remember what they had. So, for example, this is the Scholar Weapon. As you can see at the top, the Scholar Weapon is in the 4s. Basically, if I pick this, it's going to buff my weapon strength by 4, but it's going to add 20 rate. And so, because I'm light, because I don't have a lot of armor, I'm getting plus 125% resolve. There's light, medium, and heavy, so the more armor you have, the less resolve you need. So the tankier you are with raw stats, the less, or the more detrimental it is to take more and more relics. And so, I don't have a weapon, I want to upgrade it. Bah. And so, you can see my resolve is actually dropping a little bit, so I'm losing that 25% resolve. But I'm going to keep it on. We also have a leather helm, which I can't buy anymore because I am broke. For armor and weaponry, with the blacksmith, basically, you need, in the bottom right, you need cash monies, and you need, you typically would need some of that ore. So with 85, can I still buy? Yeah, cool. So, got some extra vitality. And so, this is the first of, so you get the Ranger, but then you get the access to 3 other classes. You can unlock the Mage, the Barbarian, or the Valkyries. Each one is pretty cool. And you can see my weapon is now
a little changed. I'm gonna talk to this guy.
Hello! This is a nifty place you have here. My name is Lady Quinn, and I'm excited to meet you. I am a living dummy, and I know everything about weapons and stuff. I love everything about them, so if you have any questions, just ask. I could talk your butt off about them, and who knows, maybe you can learn a trick or two. And sorry about the stutter. It gets worse when I'm feeling shy. Okay, well, nice talking to you. Whee!
Clearly the Dusa of the game.
Oh, I love rangers. Bows are my favorite weapons. Bows are built for power, so if you shoot while airborne, expect a lot of pushback. But that also means if you shoot downwards while airborne, you can technically keep yourself afloat. Trust me on this one. Science is complicated, so try not to think about it. It's too much.
And so yeah, this is just like I was stating before. A lot of classes. There's a lot of like micro movement in this game, so you can do some really interesting things. So let's talk to the enchanters. Didnt. Oh, Ducky. Thank you so much for this extravagant tent. The car flowing through it is so overwhelming that it's making me dizzy. Just kidding. I saw the price tag. Oh, about shame. The only thing making me dizzy are the fumes from all the bleeding agents I had to use. Couldn't you get a girl anything better? Well, beggars can't be choosers, so I've decided to not be poor anymore. Now let's talk about magic with a capital M for money. Because let me tell you, Ducky, enchantments are not cheap. Find me some sweet runic stones that can grant you powers you wouldn't even dream of, like stealing the life force from your enemies, or being slightly magnetic. And that's it. That's all I've got. Until you find me those runic stones, Ducky. So yeah, so like I was saying, so lifesteal room, for example, so restore health for every enemy defeated. This goes with strength. And so certain characters will want more strength or want more magic or yada yada. So you have a bunch of different rooms in the game. Magnesis room. So increases the magnetic distance that makes coins fly towards you. This is really good. If you remember earlier, I actually dropped on some spikes to get a coin. This would help me not. Sage Totem. Behold! I am the Sage Totem, and you are now bound to me. All of your knowledge will be housed within my Spirit Wood. To gain mastery in one profession is to gain an advantage in all. What we share in knowledge makes us strong. That is all. Why are you still here? My monologue is over. I am bad at idle banter. Mondays. Am I right? Good sir, it is Thursday. So yeah, I'm playing, so you see Knight and Ranger are the only two classes I've got. So as you gain mastery, and you get mastery by killing enemies, the Knight will grant me more equipment weight, max equipment weight, essentially, and Ranger will grant me extra strength. And then, so there's going to be more stuff here as you progress in the game. But then we go, we talk to Carol. One must play the toad. So when you enter in Rogue Legacy 2, you must give all of your current gold, which is 35 currently, to enter the castle. And you start anew. You don't always lose all your money, though. There's a mechanic in the game later on to do fancy stuff. So, we're once again back into the castle. Oh, hey, look, this guy. Name's Knight. So you're next in line to sign the contract. Everything in the name of duty, I presume. Never stop to think of what you might be losing. Well, if you're looking for treasure, you'll have to find the king's children first. You can't get through those doors otherwise. I've tried. I know who you are, even if you don't. See how far the apple falls from the tree. So yeah, every biome has the same. Will have certain rooms. So everything's like randomized, but there are certain rooms that are always the same until the start of the one. And so I can't get touched. I want to make sure I don't do that. And so I do have this thing, which, as it said, as advertised, stops projectiles. The talent of the Ranger, is to have an ivory platform, which blocks projectiles, and it, when I hit people, blocks mid-shaft projectiles and grants spore burst recharges over time. So when this thing disappears, in the top left you'll see it tick down from 7 and so on and so forth. Oh, don't shoot me! No! No! I want to be extra careful, because I really don't want to lose this very powerful thing.
fine. I'm a ranger. I'm not gonna take damage. I'm gonna take damage. It's fine. It's fine. Shoot him. No! No! So one thing that is... Oh no! I didn't see it! Son of a biscuit! No! Oh. There goes that. I was gonna say that sometimes when you fire, you can sort of dash immediately after, or you don't even, like, if you're getting stuck and you're gonna get hit, you can just dash out of the way. It pays to have a lot of movement experimentation with each class, with each class type. There's a lot of things that the game does not tell you, but does require movement experimentation to sort of figure out. Just gonna... Oh, cool. They, in 1.0, so the Scholar weapon is pink. They made the arrows seemingly match it as well. So we're just gonna... No! Whoops. Just gonna, you know... It was just only a little bit of a scrub. It's fine. It's fine. I'm still very miffed about my road breaking. Alright, let's kill these chumps. So... Oh, you were way too close, man. So she has this 4 bursts, a fix applied to her because I'm shooting from my platform. This 4 burst is when an enemy afflicted with 4 burst dies, they blow up in an AoE, like a grenade, like a living grenade, and hurts them. People! As you can see, getting 56 XP, that's going to go towards mastery. No. Going to go towards mastery. Because I'm a scrub lord, I'm clearly not hitting with, you know, perfect shots. Actually, okay, so there's money here, and I want money. I want that fresh guapo. I'm not gonna, yeah. So, cool thing about the Rangers that you can definitely cheese your way out of a lot. Certain challenges and events in the game can only be done. Yay, chickens. Certain challenges and events can only be done with certain characters, or it's much easier to be done with certain characters, rather. And so, another weapon for the blacksmith, laser weapon, which doesn't really sound, you know, too effective. Hitting someone with a leather sword just kind of seems like, you know, hitting someone with a pretty heavy crop, or just slapping them in the face with, whatever. Maybe it's like extra hardened leather from the butt of a very swole cow. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how that works. So another little platforming challenges, you know, don't get burned. Basically. So this looks like the room that we had the heirloom, and it is, though now that the heirloom is done, this is a room to have relics. And so for the first area, maybe every area, but for the first area certainly, that there's always 2 of these guaranteed relic rooms. And so the last time we took the Heron's ring, we can do glowing ember. We'll take glowing ember. It's got more resolve, which means it's more powerful, right? So it deals 75% more damage on every 6th hit. Counter resets if you take damage. And so if you can see in the bottom left corner there, it's got a 1. So that means I have 1 of that relic. So you can stack up on most relics, and the effects usually double or increase linearly. It depends on the relic. And they're usually adequately explosive. But you can see, because I hit an enemy, I now have a 1. And so basically it's keeping track. It allows you to just visually keep track of when your next big hits will be. So, pretty simple stuff. Alright, so more relics. Rage tincture. Concoction for soldiers who shall not return. I don't know, it sounds a little scary. The heavy stone bargain. Keep me in hand and no man would dare cross you. Alright, so we took the heavier resolve one last time. We're gonna take the lower resolve one this time. For the record, lower resolve doesn't always mean weaker. It usually comes with a drawback. So this, your weapon deals double damage, but has a 2-second cooldown. As far as I'm aware, you cannot... Yeah, so this is the same sort of relic thing we looked at last time. As far as I'm aware, you cannot drop relics. You can't trade relics. And so I'm mashing the button, and it's still saying cooldown. So I might do double damage, but it means I am have to be very, very careful and selective with my my shots. So we hit hard, but we hit slow. Let's see. So we got a room down here still. Let's drop down, see what we're working with. I'm gonna
get myself killed because I'm gonna keep forgetting about this old stone. It's gonna wreck me. Okay, for the record, I hit this one. Some CP cup, some nice. All right, so this guy shot. All right, so now you could do some stuff like this, or because I'm the ranger, I'm just gonna hippity hop here. Just kind of bounce over here. I don't like fighting on these temporary platforms. Ooh, what is this? Some new objects, some new lore book. The letter is old, but carefully preserved. J! The rumors are true. The golden doors are real, and I found them. The doors will only open when all the asteroids have gathered together. I know it sounds crazy, but I have a plan to save everyone. But I can't do it myself. I need your help, and some people I can trust. See? So when you click, so these are sort of like glossary notes. Every biome has a... Why can't I go? Yeah, every biome has a different number, and so there are 12 or 8 in this area. You can read them again. This is where a lot of the lore is given to you in the game. A lot of it's like environmental storytelling to a degree, and some of it, or the majority of it, let's face it, a majority of it is by those books. So you can go through the game completely ignorant of the lore and be totally fine. It doesn't, it doesn't ruin the gameplay experience, but lore man, okay. It's gonna jump up, take stock, okay, yep, We're just gonna, and bye. So this is what I was saying before, you can absolutely cheese by just killing one enemy and then leaving the area. How did I miss? I just want to kill him. The stone is gonna kill me, it's gonna get me killed. But sometimes you have little challenge rooms in there. Not too bad to deal with. Again, more whispers. Yeah, can't hear. My gaming senses are tingling. You need a thingy to you need something to interact with. To hear the whispers. To hear the 99 whispers. That guy got deleted. Hello, you guys are in my face. We're just gonna cheese it. Oh no, my canopy. One thing to note. Oh, come on. One thing to note for sure is, if you wanted to aim directly down with a spell or the ranger, if you aim literally directly down, it's the same as basically hitting down and dropping through the platform. So be careful with that. It might be my controller settings, but it's something to sort of be aware of. Alright, so a silver chest, usually more rare than the brown chest, gives you good goods. So leather capes. This is more sensible than a leather weapon. A leather cape is a lot more sensible. You also get a good for actually buying the weaponry that you need. Alright. It's a little bit of an asshole room, it's fine. So, I normally can't shoot up here, so I'm going to take these support portals here. Oh my gosh, that 2-second cooldown is so rough. Bit of chicane. Oh, what? Oh, that's alright. That's unfair. That's quite unfair. I'm complaining to the manager. Who's the manager of the castle? My name's Lady. All right, so get some guapo. Certainly good to have. That's how you get your progression anyway. Where am I going? Normally with these biomes, as we progress, even though the rooms are different, a lot of areas within the biomes are the same. So some like specialty rooms are usually either in the north, south, east, or west of the biomes, and then the general world map is roughly aligned. Like some of the same biomes are always in the south, north, and east of where we are, but they're not always in the exact place. This freaking... So unlike the knight, you can't move while shooting, and so I was expecting to hold off another arrow, and that's why I walked to the pit of death. And as of course you notice, certain enemies, like that asshole eyeball, can't shoot through walls. So you also have some spells that can do some some wall hacks as well. So what's down there? I don't know. I'm not worried. So this is an interesting mechanic called fairy chest. This is where you unlock weapons and armor by getting by finding those chests. You unlock some of the runes that the lady was talking about by doing fairy chests. So usually these are some trials. And so I have to destroy our targets and I have to lose no HP. Sometimes these are an absolute pain in the ass. Other times these are straight cake. So for example, I'm gonna hit that one, right? But I don't want to go down there, so I'm just gonna eat this spell over there. Because this spell goes to walls. But this challenge is mirrored on the other side, so I'm still gonna have to do it. Losing the first fairy challenge on the first run would suck. I am marginally scared. Just let me up! Come! Oh, we're in! No! God damn it. Don't be like me. Don't be a scrub lord. So we were here before. I still don't have the good, so we're not even gonna bother. We're just gonna drop this off like fine. I didn't need it anyway. I guess. I'm not. Okay, that was nice. Alright, let's just continue on our murder spree. Oh! I'm pretty sure I shot him in the face, but it's fine. Oh, the chicken. Ah, the holy nourishment of bird meat. Mmm. Glorious. Heavenly. Oh, hey, look. Steel whispers, can't hear shit. So this is a boss room. All of the bosses require something to, they require something to unlock, some sort of puzzle, some sort of challenge. And so here we have these two big torches. So indicate one. So, you know, basic gaming knowledge or gaming logic. How do you get them lit at the same time? We would do that shortly, but I wanted to explore a little bit more. So this is another heirloom room. What is this? Ace above the tome. Boy, oh boy! Why is this a Mickey voice? We're going through with it. Boy, oh boy! Look what we have here! Another soul has come to roast! You seeking my power, right? Well, let me tell you something, kiddo. I see all. Beyond lies, beyond ego, beyond time. I see the apex of emotions, where truth is laid bare. And you know what I see when I look at you? I see a scared little soul with snot coming out of your nose and poop coming out of your butt. Kiddo, if you're this ugly on the outside, then what is it like to look on the inside? Huh. Interesting. How many people you got in there, kiddo? Well, I don't know what game you're playing, but I won't stop you from taking my challenge. This might be fun. A word of advice, kiddo? I have the power of empathy. Use it to pass the trials. Listen to those who have fallen before you. Learn from their failures. And maybe, just maybe, you'll have a fighting chance. And so, for the second time, we enter Inner Demons. Alright. We got, what's going on here? Drop down. Alright, so we're in the Hollow Knight Abyss, are we? Attune to the memory fragments to hear subconscious thoughts. Alright, cool. So this is the heirloom that lets us hear the whispers. Lost again. Every path I've taken has been wrong. Alright, Demetrius, calm down. Remember the lessons your elders taught you. He who gives you only two choices always hides a third. So, because I've done this before, there's going to be some lackluster. I already know what to do, but you got two choices. You can drop down on this side, get slapped by the pool of death. You can drop on the right side and presumably have the same thing. You're actually not losing HP here. So, if you read it again, he who gives you two choices always hides the third. Well, if the left doesn't work and the right doesn't work, then how about we just try the middle? Because this is 1.0, there will be some things that I will not have seen, but but for the time being, it's some of the stuff like
lackluster the first time players, watchers, whatever. Been down here for hours, not sure what to do. Obstacles, just hidden opportunities. What do the elders mean? Could I use these spinning chains to my advantage? I'm too scared. We ain't scared of shit! Alright, so earlier I said that wall jumps can actually hit through, or spin kicks, certain things can hit through like walls. So even though this this chain technically doesn't come outside the wall, you can still collide with it in the hitbox. And so all of those spinning torches in the first biome, this is kind of telling us what to do. So the game teaches you certain things that will be useful later on, which I really love how they do in this game. You get taught the basics, and then you have to experiment to learn how to overcome them. I think it's a great way to introduce players into the game. What do we got here? This nightmare ahead. The elders say there are powerful nihilistic thoughts that have grown and festered. Violence begets violence. If I attack or cast a spell anywhere nearby, it will wake up and retaliate. Stay calm, and they won't. So if I attack or cast a spell, alright. So spin kicking also counts as an attack. So yeah, if you attack in the red circle, you get shot at. So you have to sort of figure out how to navigate it, how to do this. One can accomplish with kindness what one cannot by force. If I can reach a nightmare ahead of me, perhaps I can calm it down. Just kindly tell it to shut the fuck up. So yeah, come up to it, now I can spin kick and do all the good. Same thing with that. Shaden! You can also do it, oh jeez, wrong one. You can also do it in the air. So now I can fight freely. I'm not dealing with whatever that is. I'm just gonna do that. So I can't hit to this one, unfortunately. You can kind of cheese this. My wife played this a while ago, and I was sitting here trying to scrap with these boys, and then I saw her do this, and I was like, oh man, this is a really easy way to cheese this idea of fight. Same thing with this one, it's just that bop, and then a what, and then a two, and then a three, and then a dead. We're smart. Alright. Oh no! Tell you, this stone is gonna get me moitered, man. At least have family. Oh my god, are we done? Forget how long this one was. Eat, sweet. Aha! Congrats, kiddo! To prove that you can listen and learn. That'll take you far. Remember, people may lie about emotions. That's it, right? Remember, people may lie, but emotions always tell the truth. Oh, one more thing, kiddo. Sometimes it pays to find an emotional connection with your enemy. I know who you'll be tussling with, so you should know too. Enough chatting for today. Come on, kiddo. Receive my power of empathy. Let's take this show on the road. Yep, so I can now read those little memories from nightmares. Get some extra insight, as it were. I'm gonna check it here real fast. Oh! So last time we traded this out for, it was a talent we traded out. And so this is Charon's Strife. This is known as a fabled weapon. They're usually very wonky handling, but extremely powerful weapons that sometimes have drawbacks. And so for this one, first strike, skill crits high health enemies. Second strike, skill crits low health enemies. I know what I'm about to face, and this is gonna be rough, but I'm gonna do it. It's got a bird on it. I got it. So wait, the way this works is yeah. So you get, when you swing, that's it. You just go in that direction. You can cancel with a dash, but you just it's a really heavy swing, but it's basically forcing you to dash in an area. So let's open these doors. Throne doors are currently sealed. What if we come here? I don't know how he does it, but I keep losing the next trail. There's no other choice. If you want to leave this island, we have to enter his throne room.
only his royal retinue, it's retinue. I'm not sure. I've never said that word out loud. Only his royal retinue can open them, but I have seen how they do it. There are 2 torches beside the doors. Both torches must be lit with the strike of a foot to open the doors. The fire goes out fast, so we'll have to be quick. There must be a way to swiftly get from one side to the other. And so if you ever like got this insight before getting the other like air dash insight, it kind of tells you what to do. So you basically just dash, spin kick, dash, spin kick, and the door is open. And now we go to claim some booty. We got a spell sword. Estuary Lemech, the first spell sword. So yeah, this is a boss. Bosses are very, very fun, very huge part of the game. They can be very difficult to kill, some of them, but if you learn the moveset, it's not too bad. So, like I said, you're with 170 hours put into the game, it's gonna be kind of hard to forget the moveset. So the question is, can I kill him with a character in this pain? Yep, that's I love this weapon, but it can get you killed. Doing respectable damage, and I'm not dealing with that. Alright, so we got the spinny meteor boys. No, please. Ah! Extended hitboxes! Good boy. Yep. Just gonna stay up here. Yeah, no, this thing isn't generating. So it's only generating 10 mana a stroke. So every boss has a phase 2. I know what's happening. No. Every boss has a phase 2 when they get that half HP, which is it's pretty spicy a lot of the times. My talent kind of makes the weapon that I have a little not useless. It's just it's a little hard to do. Oh, I didn't think he could do that. This is I got juked. I'm not a no. All right, no, this is it. Last hit. I got it. You got it. See, the only HP that matters is the last HP, right? No, please, Lemech. Ooh, son of a damn it! Sir Polonius, slain by Estuary Lemech. Lay side. Yeah, I shouldn't have taken that side. So, my legacy is these 3. Unfortunate. And so now we have, technically we have a knight and 2 rangers. And so we have Sir Longschlong, Sir Ridley, and Lady Chic. But for now, this is where we will end episode 1 of the 1.0 Rogue Legacy 2 series. With me, Shaden. There will be more episodes to come. I'll probably start posting daily. You know, new to the YouTube channel thing. Not really sure the schedule that I want, but I'd want to stay consistent. And so yeah, we'll end it here, and we shall talk next time.